the godfather of bluegrass country music. So thank you for sitting down with us. We just have a few questions we'd like to ask. So I guess the first.
The godfather, sorry. Had to do it. Sorry.
Alright. So I guess first question, what got you into music?
Probably my mom and dad's love for it. I mean, they loved music so much. My mom and dad sang together in church. They sang at home. They sang everywhere, together. Not anything professional, but just because they loved it and because they could. And so my dad bought me a mandolin when I was 5 years old. And coming up on 60 years of playing it, I should know how to play it by now. So anyway, but that was kind of my entrance into music was through my dad and mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, do you have any favorite performing moments?
Golly, there have been so many great moments that I can remember. I mean, I remember being on stage with Bill Monroe when I was 6 years old. I mean, that's crazy, because I remember seeing the flashes and all, and we've been trying to find pictures from that, but 60 years, floods and house fires and stuff like that, and divorces. You ain't getting that picture. No. Anyway, of people I'm saying, Eastern Kentucky. But one moment I loved, getting to when they inducted me into the Country Music Hall of Fame last October. They brought out Bill Monroe's prized possession mandolin, the mandolin that he created this music on, and it's in the Hall of Fame in Nashville. And they brought that out with the White Glove Man and let me play it for a couple of things and a couple of songs. And they tried to take it back, and I was like, and the guy had the white gloves on, and he was like freaking out because I wouldn't let it go. But I knew it had to go back into its little home. But one moment that I say not a moment, but I mean it was a time period. My wife and my wife Sharon White, she has a family group called Whites, and they're from Texas. And of course, we've lived in Nashville now for 35 years, 38 years, and our kids, when they started growing up, they were singing at a young age, and so I guess it was when Molly, our youngest daughter, when she started really stepping out singing, we thought, man, this would be great if we could do, like a family Christmas kind of a thing. And what happened was we were actually opening for the Chieftains down at Chastain Park in Atlanta. And the band, Kentucky Thunder, they called me and said, our bus caught fire on the way up Mont Eagle Mountain from Nashville, coming down to Atlanta. And so they had to send another bus after the guys, so they were going to be delayed at least an hour. And so thank God we had enough instruments on the bus, on a second bus that Sharon and I had for the kids, because we were kind of out on summer vacation with the kids. They were out of school. And so we worked up a few songs and went out there and played for a sold-out crowd at Chastain Park. The Chieftains were going to go on last, but they, the crowd had no idea what they were going to get. So it was me and Sharon and Molly and my son Luke and our friend Jeff Taylor had come to play accordion with us. And so when the band showed up, they were all dressed and ready to go, and they were like backstage, and they were waiting for me to call them out. And it's like, no, just stay back there. We're having way too much fun, But that, I think performing with my children is one of the happiest moments of my life, musically. It really, really is, just to hear them sing and hear what they love, hear what they create when they sing and play. Molly plays piano and Luke plays fiddle and all kinds of instruments.
That's awesome. And then what inspires you in writing music?
Well, I've written quite a few things. Not much of a. I mean, I've not been known for my great lyrics and that kind of thing, but I love writing new music. I love writing instrumental pieces, and I think what inspires me is just knowing that I have written some really good, instrumentals that will probably stay in bluegrass for many years to come. And just, I think what inspires me is just the fact that I know I've done that, and I might be able to, come up with something a whole lot better, and so I think just trying to push myself to write more, and to write something different. I just wrote a piece here recently that is, I mean, it could end up being like an orchestra piece, for bluegrass. It could be an orchestra piece for, guitar, but it's a beautiful piece. It's got all these movements and stuff like that, in a lot of different parts. And so, those kind of things come to me from time to time. But mostly, I get just old sounding songs that sound like they're 100 years old, which is good. Yeah, I like it.
Cool. And then, so if you didn't become a musician, what would you think you'd be doing now?
Well, starving probably. I'd be a starving musician. I'd probably, I love photography. That's one of the things that's a hobby of mine, and I've taken some pretty nice portraits, or not portraits so much. People act real funny around me because they know me. When I'm taking a picture, they act real weird, or something. But I love landscape, and I love shooting still things, and I love photography, but I don't know if I could make a living doing it. It'd be hard to say. But my dad was a welder, and he taught me how to weld when I was a young man, and so I think, honestly, that question is so hard for me to almost even attempt to try to answer, because I believe in destiny. I believe in God's sovereignty. I'm a Christian, and I believe that God has a plan and an idea, and He has a purpose for every person, for every life, for everybody, and sometimes maybe they don't think that's what God would want them to do, when it's really the very thing God wants them to do,
Sure.
And they have fear about it. Well, I don't know if God would really like me doing that, How could I play music and music is God's language. I mean, it's a language that God speaks to people through music. I saw a group last night, me and the kids and Sharon, and my wife, we were in Durham, North Carolina, at the Carolina Theater. And we saw a group called the Gloaming. They're great friends of ours from Ireland, and their music is just so incredible, and their music just transcends everything. It's got that Irish kind of sound, but it's a modern Irish sound. It's a fresh new wind, in their music. And so it was like, to me, it was like a spiritual experience sitting there listening to that music. So I don't think I would ever be doing anything else if it wasn't for music. It's exactly what I'm supposed to do. It's exactly what I was called to do, what I was created to do, and I'm so thankful that I'm doing it.
Nice. And then, what is one thing you want to tell your fans?
Don't become a musician. No, become a musician. I would say, be true to your heart. The things you're passionate about is usually the things that God wants you to be doing. It's like He put that passion in your heart first. And so don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to push the boundaries on what you're working on. But I also believe that just like your thumbprint, you have the only thumbprint like that in the world. You have it, and I have it. I have one, and everybody has a thumbprint. I believe that everybody has their own unique soundprint. And so I think, don't try to be a copy, be an original. You know, as much as I love doing Mr. Bill Monroe songs and Stanley Brothers and Flat and Scruggs and old time music, I still, you know, we still write a lot of original music. So I would just, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, how do I get to Nashville? I said, well, you know, don't think that's an end all. You know, just play music because you love it. Be good at what you do. Work at it. Work hard on it. If you feel like, you know, it's something that you really want to pursue, then do that. But play music for the joy of music. You know, because that is such a joyous thing, and really, it takes the burden off of you. It takes that performance thing off of you to have to be as good as someone else. You know, and I think you never should judge yourself by someone else. You know, always just be the best you can be, and I think being honest and true to yourself, that's the best way to do that.
Sure. And then one final question: do you have any fun traditions when touring?
Oh yeah, take the bus, don't fly. Oh Lord, I was experiencing digital flight delays today to get here. I don't know. I think a tradition is that, you know, when we're in Texas, we always hit a Whataburger on the way out of town. So that's kind of become a touring tradition if we're in Texas, because they don't have a lot of Whataburgers out here. But you know, we don't. I don't think we really have any real traditions out here on the road. You know, we don't. You know, we have some rules that I don't want the guys to be drinking, you know, before a show. Or I mean, we have absolutely zero tolerance on any kind of drugs, marijuana, anything like that. You know, we run a clean ship, but we have fun and we have a great time and we laugh and we watch stupid, you know, Tommy Boy movies and Young Frankenstein, and how many times can you see those and not you know, you just want to see them again. And Three Stooges, we see those from time to time, but we have a great time, and I've got a great bunch of guys, and really excited about playing the Sandler again.
Yeah, you've definitely been here in the past.
We have, and we love playing here. It's a beautiful, beautiful hall. It sounds awesome out there. Yeah.
Alrighty, and awesome. That's the end of my questions. I just want to thank you again for your time. And then Ricky Skaggs is performing this evening at 7:30.
Yeah, come on out.
Thanks.
Yeah.